joined today by Dr. Matthew Greentree, Executive Director of Artemis Resources. Matthew, thanks for your time.
Good morning.
Recently appointed to assist in unlocking the value at the Carlo project in the Pilbara region of Western Australia. What attracted you to this asset?
The Pilbara's really just come on the radar as a major gold province with the discovery of Hemi. I think, I was joined alongside with Simon Lill as our chairman, and coming into a company that's been around for a while and looked at this asset at different times. I think myself coming in highly technical as a director, I really look at the asset differently and pull together all the pieces I think have already been completed in terms of regional exploration. And we've got consultants working on building up that model at the moment, looking at the surface geochemistry, the structural geology, and unlocking, I guess, the targets that have been identified throughout the region and really start to prioritize those. We've got some really good success in drilling at Titan, which is outside the Carlo resource. It's about 1.5 kilometres away. So it's starting to show that there's a larger gold system here. And some of those grades are exceptionally high. But the Titan drilling itself was 13 grams per tonne. And if you look at our corporate presentation, you can see a rock chip sample that was taken above that, and it's exceptional. It's more gold than rock.
You touched on the Titan discovery and the bonanza grade from the first ever drill hole. Does it help you start to unlock the geological understanding of what could be beyond Carlo?
Yeah, absolutely. The Regal Shear Zone, I think, has been pretty underdone in terms of exploration. There's a 20-kilometre strike length there. And as you said, there's bonanza grades in the first drill hole. So I think now piecing together, looking for that continuity to build out the next resource upgrade beyond Carlo, I think is a very important part of the path for Artemis.
So Carlo does host a 374,000 ounce resource, but now identifying something that sits well outside of that resource envelope, does it give you scope or potential to significantly increase that resource?
Absolutely. It's also sitting on a slightly different trend. So now we're starting to look at the intersection of these different structures within this major shear zone. I touched on earlier that the Pilbara wasn't considered a major gold province, but what we see here is some very high grade results. With the recent Hemi discovery and drill out, I think we really have the opportunity to go back and have a look at some of these prospects with a different view on them and pulling together. They present differently to what we see in the Yilgarn, and I think that's where a lot of past explorers have probably not understood the system. There's a lot has been learned over the last few years, and so applying that knowledge is going to be really important to unlocking this area.
Artemis does also own the fully permitted Radio Hill processing site near Karratha, only a short distance away. How strategic is that in the portfolio?
It's a pretty interesting asset. It's twofold. There's the existing process plant there that was to support the underground Radio Hill mine, which is a nickel, copper, palladium mine. There's a remnant resource there as well that we're having a look at to see if there's something more to investigate. But having a process plant in Karratha is going to be important, unlocking some of the other projects as well as what Artemis is looking at in the Carlo project. So there's a couple of opportunities there and there's lots of approaches. So we're starting to investigate what the reality of that situation is, but it's a valuable asset.
And where to from here? What should investors be focused on over the next 6 to 12 months?
Look, the main focus is that Pilbara asset, but we also have the Kasserine project, which is an ISCG target in the Nullarbor to the south. Now, Julian Hanna has got a good track record of discovery, and he's pretty keen on seeing a couple of drill holes go into that. So he's been consulting to us, although he stepped down as the managing director last year. So there'll be news coming on that. We've been working through native title and getting access to that property as well. So there's a lot happening. We've been a little bit quiet since I've joined. I've had a lot to learn. There's lots of different things going on with the company, but focusing on that growth story with the gold in the Pilbara. And I guess something pretty exciting if it comes off down in Nullarbor.
Solid assets with exciting potential, clear focus, new eyes, looking for the opportunities and how to unlock them. We look forward to following the Artemis story with interest. Matt, thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.